Hi, this is Phil Shapiro. I work at a public library, and my job is involved with wondering. Curiosity is like how I earn a living. So, the other day I was wondering about wondering. And there's a very famous saying from the Greek philosopher Socrates. He said, "Wisdom begins with wonder." So I asked myself the question, is there any way to have more wondering in our world? And I think I came up with an interesting answer. I think we should maybe have a wondering contest, something where once a month, different public libraries from around the United States could submit the most interesting questions that come in. Even myself at my public library job, I tell them sometimes, that's the most interesting question I received all week. And I'm very honest in saying that. I don't say that to anybody. I say that when the question really is interesting. So I filed this question in my head about how to increase wondering. And just recently I was driving in my car. I turned on the radio and I was listening to NPR. There was a book author, Cory Doctorow, and he had a really interesting comment to say about Dean Kamen. Dean Kamen is this American inventor who is the founder of the first robotics competition. That robotics competition started in 1992, and it's really changed our culture. So Dean Kamen is both a physical inventor, but he's also a social inventor. And I really admire him for his social inventions. And so Dean Kamen, his famous saying is, you get what you celebrate. So if we want more math and science inventors, we have to have math and science competitions. And so for me, as a public library worker, I want to say we need more wondering. And we need to have librarians and library staff persons promoting wondering. So you might be saying, okay, so we have a wondering contest. Who's going to judge it? Now, that's a great question. Who's going to judge it? I don't know, but we'll find some judges. And then you might ask, what kind of a award might there be for the most interesting wondering? Now, that's a great question. I don't know what kind of award there could be, but you could possibly have a large financial reward. Who's going to pay that reward? I don't know. That's a very good question. But we must start off wondering about these things. And on this website that I've set up, the Wondering Contest, you can add your email. You can subscribe to announcements for this Wondering Contest. And I've also set up separate fields for different professions. So I'm curious to see how many people who are, I'm curious to see which professions are the most wondering professions. Now you might think that librarians wonder a lot. That's true. But also school teachers wonder and doctors wonder. We really hope that doctors wonder because you can't reach wisdom if you're not wondering. And wisdom is what we want our doctors to have. But don't we also want politicians to wonder? We want politicians to wonder because they can have a higher degree of understanding about the world. So I'm curious to find out also which states have the most wondering. Is there a particular state that has more wondering than other states? That's all part of this wondering contest. We need to figure out who is wondering the most, and then we have to promote it. This is Phil Shapiro. I hope you sign up to get future announcements from the Wondering Project, and let's start wondering together.